Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be making my Millionaire Money Magnet Oil. And it's got a lot of ingredients, but don't worry if you don't have all of the ingredients, which I doubt you will. You really will only need cinnamon, basil, thyme, some bay leaves, and sweet almond oil. Or if you don't have sweet almond oil, you can use olive oil. Kind of use what you have. Coconut oil works. I'm going to be using, like I said, a lot of ingredients just because I do have a spiritual store and I happen to have all these wonderful ingredients. And by using all of these wonderful ingredients, it will make a very strong Millionaire Money Magnet oil. After we make the Money Magnet oil, I will also be doing a money spell. Light some incense, and it is actually in the spell as well. Also going to be lighting some sage so I can cleanse my items. And this is where I do magic in this space all the time. All right, so we're going to use cinnamon. Cinnamon's been used for love and luck magic. It helps to speed up the spell. So we're going to put a little bit of that in there. Then we're going to use allspice. Allspice has been used to draw in money, luck, and healing. Vanilla is for good fortune and prosperity. Just a little bit of vanilla extract. You can use vanilla bean if you have vanilla beans. I don't. Now we're going to use cloves. And I'm going to use ground cloves. If you don't have ground cloves, you will need to grind some cloves. And it's for drawing in wealth, prosperity. It also keeps away negative energies. Now we're going to use patchouli. Now I have a patchouli incense going, but I'm also going to use some patchouli essential oils. There it is. And patchouli has been used for finance, wealth, abundance, fertility. We're also going to use nutmeg. And nutmeg has been used to draw money. It's really good for gambling, luck, prosperity. So if you're going to go out gambling, put some nutmeg over your wallet, just a little bit, and that should help draw in some good luck for your gambling. Now we have basil, and basil is good for prosperity. Now we're going to use some thyme. Thyme is good for luck and prosperity. And then I'm going to use orange. Orange is good for wealth. Been associated with wealth. So I'm going to use, you can use orange zest, an orange, juice. I'm going to use orange essential oils. And I'm also going to use some sassafras. Sassafras has been used for money, prosperity, and business spells for a very long time. I'm also going to use dill seeds because they attract money. I'm going to use some rosemary, because rosemary is good for manifesting and attracting prosperity. I'm going to use a little paprika. Paprika is just going to amplify this spell. I'm going to use a couple amplifiers in this spell. I'm also going to use cayenne pepper, which is not really generally used for money, but it is a good clears and roadblock opener. So this should help your spell get where it needs to go. Now we're going to also use some bergamot. I've got frankincense and patchouli. Got a little myrrh. I'm also going to use some ginger. Like I said, if you don't have all of these, don't worry about it. You can use the basic ones I mentioned earlier. Some anise seeds. Sweet almond oil. Now we're going to use some coconut oil. And we're going to use some jojoba oil. Now we're going to mix this up. Looks like mud. Now, we can let this sit. Should have put it in a mason jar to begin with. And then that way it can infuse overnight. And then we will come back and try it in the morning. Okay, so now we have allowed this to sit overnight. I do need to get a coffee filter. All right. All right, now that we've got all that done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some clear quartz crystals and some green aventurine to the oil also. The clear quartz is an amplifier, and I do love to use amplifiers in my oils. And then the green aventurine draws in money. All right. So now that we've got all of that in there, I'm going to keep it in this nice dark bottle. But now we're going to etch our candles with what we're desiring, which is money. That's why we're here. Also, you'll need some bay leaves. I'll try to find some big ones. And you can do how many ever you want. Just know that you're going to have to burn them. So make sure you've got something safe to burn them in. So I'm going to do quite a few. And you can write whatever you want to. You can write an unexpected $500 on one leaf if that's what you're needing. You can say, I win the lottery, $10,000. Whatever you want to put on there, put on there. If you have a gold colored pen, you can use it. I know some people get really fancy with all that. I don't happen to have one of those, so I'm just going to use black. and it'll be okay. Yeah. So we're going to write on here what we want. So we're going to make a sigil. If you've never made a sigil, it's super simple. I have already made 2 for my specific desires. But I'm going to show you how to make one. So get your piece of paper, get your pen, and if you want, let's say you need a sigil for the phrase "I want $1 million." So what you do to make a sigil is you take the first letter of each word, and you can take out small words like A, but then you need to make a sigil. So I want, and I drop the A, and then I'm going to do $1 million. So that could be what the sigil looks like. If you need more explanation on that, please drop me a comment. I'll do a video on it for you with more in-depth. But now we're going to take all this money and fun stuff over here that has been on the side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place all of the paper money, which I've used before, and I'm going to put it underneath my plate here. Okay. And now in my plate, I'm going to put my candles. Oh, wait. I forgot to etch my candles. Sorry. And what you're going to do on that is you can etch, the same sigils. I made these 2. And I'm going to etch these in my candles. It's going to be really hard to etch anything in the green ones. That's why I'm also using this gold one, because I'll be able to etch better. All right, so I got that. I'm still going to give it a go here with these little candles. Yeah, that's not too bad. And the whole time you're doing all of this, envision in your head what it is exactly you're wanting to accomplish from all this. All right, so now I'm going to light my candles. I'm going to put the oil, which I had already anointed my candles too. Just in case. Called dressing the candles. Got my money oil on my paper. We'll fold it to me. And I'm going to stick it underneath my candle. Okay. Now I'm going to anoint the altar with things that remind me of luck. Like I've got my little lucky frog, got my lucky key, Vegas token, my bird feathers, piece of sea glass. Just things that are lucky to you. Remind you of luck. Actually, even have a horseshoe. So this is going to be a point where it looks different for everybody. Because these are my treecans. They mean something to me. They may not mean anything to anyone else. Alright. Also going to put more coins around. Now you don't have to do this part, but I just happen to have, I collect coins too. So now think about what you're asking for and burn your leaves. And make sure anytime you burn your leaves, you've got fire extinguisher close by. This is more clear quartz to help amplify the spell. And some more green ivotrine. Help draw in money. Now we're going to let this just burn. Burn and completely go out. Cleanup is pretty simple. You cleanse all your items. Salt water. All your lucky things you can keep and carry with you. For example, if you're going to Vegas or going to the casino or going wherever, you could use that lucky, for me, I'm going to take that lucky token with me and put it in my pocket. Or some of these little trinkets, little starfish, frog, things of that nature, I'm going to take them with me. This is actually a bracelet down there. I got from Hawaii. Made out of the nuts from Hawaii. Was it kalua nuts, kalana nuts, something like that. But I consider them lucky. And I will wear that bracelet to help bring more luck for me. So, but anyway, if you're feeling generous and you like what I do, if you could please like and subscribe. It does help my channel to grow. I'll be doing these every Wednesday with you. And I know that was a little messy, but I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, just drop me a comment and I'll be glad to help out. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next week.